What is up? Oh, there's 7 of you already? Damn. Oh, there's 7 of you. 1 second, guys. Let me just do something here. It's gonna be a quick stream before dinner. I just want to go over what happened today and what's gonna happen tomorrow. And then we could talk over some stocks as well. What's going on, guys? Junior, man, rough day today. Keeper, how are you? If you guys weren't, what happened? Oh, if you guys weren't here earlier, yeah, had an issue this morning. We're gonna talk about stop losses and why stops are very important. I blew the combine, but we're back at it. We're back at it. Already took a couple trades here, so so AMC did have a nice nice day today, that's for sure. After hours is a little bit selling off, but overall AMC did have a very solid day. So this is something that you would want to see for the longest time, right? So I'm not saying AMC is going to squeeze. I don't think it's going to squeeze, but it sure can if it wants to. But what has to happen is this kind of action is the worst type of action for short selling. If you're a short seller and you know, it goes up, it tanks, and you reshort, and it never comes back, and let's say you know, it breaks out. This is a fake breakout. Typically, stocks will sell off after that. So short sellers will be hitting it here, and it's not selling off, right? So just grinding away. And look, even after hours, it's not selling off. So what you would want to see is you would want to see something like this, but over like maybe $9. Once it's like over $9, then I think we could see some kind of potential for a big move, maybe to like, you know, the previous highs. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of new shorts trapped in this if it keeps going and keeps grinding, because every time this thing pops, it sells off typically, right? So short sellers are gonna get comfortable, and obviously there's some kind of news here that, you know, fueled it. I guess with the movie theaters opening, there was a huge buying here. I am shocked that I recovered from this, you know. So like coming from me, I have no bias. This recovering from this is pretty incredible. But again, it's very far from squeezing or being, you know, you got to remember that most people are stuck in this range, right? In the $15 plus area. So a lot of people are just antsy to get out break even. And the biggest problem that I'm seeing, that actually one of the moderators mentioned, and this has happened to me many times. So let's say now you guys want to get out break even if you're in it, right? That's the goal. Or that's been the goal for a while now. But when it's gonna get there, you're not gonna sell because you're gonna think it's going to 50 or 100 now. And then it's not going to go, and you're gonna be pissed off at yourself. Or the second scenario is, which you have to pick your poison, is you get out break even and it continues to go higher. And then you got to kind of be like, all right, did I make the right decision or wrong decision? But I'll tell you this much. Depends on what your entry is. If your entry is, up high, $15, $20, then how much money can you actually make on it if it even goes to 25, 30 again? Like, are you going to make that much? Probably not, right? Unless you have a huge position. So if you have a huge position, you're probably not holding it anymore anyway. But we'll see what happens. I mean, anything's possible in the stock market. I've seen crazier things happen, but right now I am still kind of neutral about it to see if it actually does end up holding up. But if you got in now and you never been in before, or you cut your losses earlier and you got in, in the five, sixes, maybe even now, that's a different story, right? That's a different story. That's a different trade, basically. Let's see what questions you guys have, and we'll go over some charts here as well. I'm not gonna be a long stream. I just want to mention NASDAQ today was insane, guys. NASDAQ was the craziest day I've probably witnessed on NASDAQ ever since I started trading it in a year and a half. Because I did not trade it during COVID, so I know during COVID it had a crazy day. When the crash happened, but this is just insane. It's one thing when the stock market crashes. If this kept selling off, right? If this kept selling off, I would not be as surprised. But this thing recovered and actually went green on the day. Now that's something that I could not believe that I could do. Unfortunately for me, so I was in a great position here. I was short, ready for the market to open, and I was short in it, and I made a nice profit. I made like $680 on it. And sadly, I shorted it and I gave it all back and then some, right? So I got in very small and I didn't use a stop loss. And what happens? I did not believe the market was going to recover. I thought it was going to make a lower high and continue lower. And I got punished for that. I tried to save the combine by getting out, but I didn't know that the micro contracts had the same commissions as the mini contracts on that combine. So unfortunately, I was just over with commissions. I was over $20 over the max loss. So we blew the combine, but that's okay. We just restarted it. Okay, so now I'm gonna be more focused on scalping it. I've gave back profits yesterday on it. I gave back profits last week on it. It was just a very frustrating thing because I'm trying to trade a little bit bigger on it just to get used to it. So that way maybe I could take it to a live account and trade a little bit bigger. Because in the live account, smaller days are good days for me. Especially now with trading being my main income. I don't want to take any risks like I do on the combine, but the emotions are still there, right? So you want to take bigger trades and see how you react. But I am just very disappointed in myself for letting that go to the point that it did, because there was no reason. But the range on NASDAQ today was so incredible that if you did not use a stop loss, I mean, you got destroyed. I mean, this move was huge. Forget the upside move. The freaking down move was insane, So like, if you're not gonna stop out, then you really are screwed. But anyway, what did you guys trade? The bell. And I guess I should say in the Discord too, right? Like I have a Discord for a reason, and I don't say anything. But let me read some of the chat. It would be hilarious if AMC actually moons. Yeah, it would be pretty funny. I would have no choice but to make my money back on it. I think I would have to try. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I could, but I would try to probably trade it. But it's gonna be a whole new trade, So that's how I look at it. And those who are holding it, they might get lucky if it does squeeze, right? I just know it's luck, and hopefully they learn from it. Holding holding a loser like that is never going to work out long term, as we learned from my mistake today even. So I still make those mistakes on the day trading level, but it's the same concept. Um, what could have triggered this move on what? On NASDAQ and the stock market? It was a lot of selling today. There was a lot of selling in the tech sector, and then people were piling their money into the energy sector. So who knows? I mean, the market needed a move like this. I mean, I'm surprised that it didn't really hold up to the lows, and like we're recovering now. So how did like stocks do? Like, see, even stocks recovered like crazy. I mean, Apple went to 118. My goodness. But look, support levels. Like that's the reason why I'm mad about Nasdaq. Like, why would I short it when I had a clear support level here? Like, that was my like target even when I got short. And why would I, when it bounced, why would I reshort it? I mean, I was only going for like a $50 trade on the reshort, right? I was just going for a quick scalp, and it costed me a lot on the combine. But like, it almost touched it, right? So like, why the hell would I do it? It's like perfect. It's the biggest support level on the whole chart, and I just didn't trust my analysis. It's just so silly sometimes, the mistakes that we make. But I mean, that is as clear of a support as it gets on the whole entire chart. I don't think there's any other more clear support, because you have let me pull up a epic pen here. So we have, this is today. We have one, two, huge consolidation, huge topping. I mean, how much more resistance and support do you need at this level? Like, what am I doing sometimes? Is sometimes I just question myself. But I'll tell you why I got in, to be honest. And it's sometimes it happens to me. I'll tell you why. Because when I got short in this area, pre-market, I covered this thing like here. I got out like right there. I let all of this go past me, even though with all the preparation pre-market and everything else, you still kind of just drop the ball, right? And it's annoying, but um, I had a nice trade. I bought a breakout here on another account, so that felt good. I rode it all the way to here actually. So I bought it here on the breakout, and I rode through this, and even to here, and I sold it here. And as soon as I sold it here, it started going parabolic. I was in this trade for like almost 2 hours, grinding my teeth just to make sure I survive, because it was kind of whippy and choppy. And as soon as I get out, it rips. I'm like, are you serious? And this is a clean cup and handle pattern. Right? So this is a cup, this is the handle. Coffee drinkers. It's a cup, that's the handle, and it goes, right? So it's like, that's one of the patterns that I learned right in the beginning of trading. And then I just felt like this was getting top heavy here. So I felt like it was getting a little top heavy. So I kind of just, I was like, you know what? There's resistance here. There's resistance there. Let me just get out. And I got out. Instead, what I should have done, because once I was in it for a while, I was already up nicely. All I had to do was go to 2-minute chart and trail by 1-minute candles. So every green candle, you set a stop underneath. So you just go down the ladder, and you could set a stop. Once it goes up and it gets broken, you set a stop. You set a stop. I mean, none of these candles got broken until I think here. So that, actually, no, right here, guys, right here. So this one, but this candle actually doesn't count, because, I mean, I probably would have stopped out anyway, because this candle never broke. This candle never broke out. But It's just frustrating because I should use a trail stop and just let it ride, and that would have been a huge difference. But Apple calls sick, man. That takes a lot of courage to buy Apple calls on this day. I'll give you credit for that. I had no idea that we're gonna recover today. I mean, I was saying that. Bill could attest to it that I was saying that. But I just didn't want to believe it, you know? I just didn't want to believe it. Aiden, Delta reversal of pivot points was my tell today. Yeah. It was I read it. I mean, I've been reading NASDAQ as good as I've ever been because it's just so clean lately. But it's the execution sometimes, you know? It's the execution that you FOMO in because let's say you're up on a day and then you take a trade and it just doesn't work out, right? You kind of get turned off. Or the next trade sets up perfectly and you don't take it because you're like, oh, I don't want to take another loss, or I'm already up on the day. I don't want to give anything back. And then you don't take it. And 2 minutes later, it starts working out. And then you FOMO in and you lose. So that happened to me multiple times. But this trade here was insane. I feel like I need to stay up overnight. Like, should be no sleeping allowed for futures trading during this market because this is so clean. Versus sometimes it's just so choppy, right? When the market is choppy, it's kind of hard to ride the waves. But when it's clean, that's when you kind of make your money. Like this is super clean. Like this didn't have like if you put a 5 minute chart, this thing never had a pullback. Like this never had a freaking pullback. It just ran up. Like it just ran up 364 points. Are you serious? Like you know how much money that is? But anyway, I know CTIB was hot today. How did that do? Oh my god. What happened to this one? But yeah, Aiden, I saw Matt got killed today too. But yeah, today looks easy in hindsight, but it's a very tough trading day when the range is so big because the PNL swing is insane. Like the PNL swing is just ridiculous, you know? Like I nailed the trade at the open. I mean, I could have held it longer, but even if I didn't hold um the opening couple minutes any longer than I did, but if I took my full size, I mean, I would have had a huge trade. I mean, I made $680 on 3 micro contracts or 2 micro contracts. You know, like that's 1/5 position of my typical position. So it was just a crazy day. And it had a perfect opening too. Like the open was just so beautiful when it kind of just like spiked at the open a little bit, trapping, and it just gave a beautiful setup to the short side. But even here, like if you're not careful, I mean that's 30 point range. That's $600 swing on the one mini contract. You know, if you're not careful, if you chase, let's say you shorted off the bell, you got in here, you probably get stopped out. See, like that's like a stop hunt, you know, because they know if you short here in this area, that's how they freaking get you, these market makers. If you short right here, your stop is always right there, and that's how they get you. They stop hunt, and then they sell it off, you know. And also, I know people that probably bought into this too. People bought into this breakout. So it's a double FU. If you're short, they're FU, and then if you're gonna go long, they're gonna FU as well. So, but it was a fun day overall, I guess. I was frustrated in the morning, very frustrated. That's the biggest thing for me. It's like I get really annoyed sometimes when I miss out on the big move. But that's everyone has their weaknesses in trading. Everyone's got their weaknesses in trading, and that's one of mine. But yeah, I had a couple trades here today. So I'm up already 175 on the combine. So we're starting over. And what we're gonna do is just trade like $200-300 a day, and that's it. I am not going over that. I am not taking any more trades. If I make over $100 on the afternoon session, like that night session, I am done. So I'm not gonna be taking any more trades tonight, for example. I've been up between 100 to 250 every single night, and I just give it back right before I go to sleep, and it's just super annoying. So I'm just gonna keep the money while I have it, and then trade the real account as well, and make a little bit there, and then maybe work on other stuff as well. I have so much stuff to do, guys, for work. I haven't been doing anything, and April's gonna be here before we know it. And stick to your game plan. Yeah, I mean, it's just Brian. It's just hard because the range is insane on this, right? So like when I'm scalping and I don't nail the exact entry that I need, I get destroyed. So I have to be very careful, and I have to basically go counter trend. So I gotta wait for moves that are going to basically trap the other side, and that's the only way to trade this. I can't just short randomly into here because you never know when it's gonna pull back. Most of these candles do pull back, but if you short something in here, you're gonna just lose. And this is a huge range. Um, but yeah, so this technical level, I mean, I'm gonna try to hold more maybe on the combines because like missing out on the big money is annoying sometimes. And I read it, it's just the holding part is what's difficult. Yeah, I mean, Danny, I'm just playing the market, right? So I don't have anything invested long term in the market, so I don't really care. I just know when the market goes down, it's way more fun than when it goes up from the neutral standpoint and day trading standpoint. There's a reason why the range on the down days is so big compared to the up days, but today was a down day and we had a huge uptrend, so it's like, pick your poison. But if you look at the daily, I don't know where my information bar is, but yeah, that's a 567 point day. So that's huge. For last 2 days, we went down 868. So like in March, I know in March, one of these days, I think it was close to 1,000 points. Yeah, this was 950 points. And then another one. This one even more. This one was 1,000 points. Yeah, I knew there was 1,000 point today. And then down, up, down. I mean, if you just try to fight it, you're gonna get killed. And then slowly grinding back up. You see how small the days are. So these are the safer days to trade. These are the days that you want to avoid. If you're trading for a living and you're not trying to kill yourself. I mean, not kill yourself as in like keep scratching your head and not knowing feeling like you don't know what you're doing. But that's how I felt last couple of days. I mean, yesterday was a good day. Yesterday was a super good day, and then at the end of the day, I gave it up. Same thing today. I was supposed to be done, and boom. So gotta use stop losses. But thanks for tuning in. It's gonna be a short stream here. Couple things just to talk about, just to kind of get ready for tomorrow. Um, my dog's going crazy, but it's a huge recovery on. And I love how I was talking about the chart the whole time, and you guys didn't even see the chart, so that's cool. I keep forgetting, like, because I never check what scene I'm on on the streaming software, and I forget to switch. Forcing on the forcing the stock of a price down, like that's normal. It's not just the hedges, it's everyone, right? Big money. A lot of hedges want the money prices to go up though. Like what about those hedges? They want the prices to go up because most hedge funds are long biased, they're not short biased. Long term, the market keeps going up, it doesn't go down. So they will only short companies that have, terrible fundamentals like AMC, GME, etc. I don't know, guys. Everyone has their own bias. I'm neutral. If there's a long setup, I go long. If there's a short setup, I love to go short. And I think shorting is easier than longing. Just from the standpoint that when things go south, they go south really fast. Just like pretend you're flying an airplane. How long does it take you to get up to the sky? And if you turn the engines off and maybe take a wing out. So when you take you shut the engines off, that's like a normal selling off day, like a red day on the stock or on the market. But then let's say you lose a wing in the plane, that's when things get kind of iffy, if you know what I mean. Bill, I mean, it's called a hedge fund, right? They hedge their positions. They have to. Otherwise, they could get destroyed with just one. Having a diversification in different sectors and then having a short and long biased trades is very important. And just remember that hedge funds manage money. So it's not their money. They're managing other people's money that have no idea what markets do or how markets work. They just give them the money and they're like, all right, invest it for me. You know? What up, Frank? I just jumped on before dinner because just wanted to clarify a couple things. How I blew up the combine. I don't even have the P&L anymore because I reset it, so it doesn't show it anymore. But yeah, the combine got destroyed, so that kind of sucked. Nah, it can be frustrating because the market's not gonna do what you think, or the market's not gonna do what you want it to do, right? The market is gonna do what it's gonna do, and you just have to kind of adapt to it. So you have to play the game, you know? You gotta play the game and just be the player. All right. If you try to outplay the market, you're not going to. You can't time the market. You can't do this. You can't do that. But just because you think the stock's got to go up doesn't mean anything. What about the people that want to take all the profits? Like CCIV, for example. There was someone in there that said, no, this stock is not supposed to be priced at this, and I don't like it. And I have a big position. I'm going to take my profit. Or Workhorse. Did you guys see Workhorse today? Did you guys see this crazy thing? Like, imagine being long in this. Boom. That's all the investors saying. Nope, you didn't get the contract. Nope, we're out. That's that's the thing. If the market was that easy, we would all be so rich. That's the thing. Most people fail in the markets because it's so difficult, right? And wh- I, one of the analysis from like a psychologist for the markets is very. I watched the video and that's how they kind of say it. When you go to a casino, for example, you go to a casino and you're gonna play, let's say, a slot machine or whatever, or roulette or something like that. When you're playing, are you expecting to win, or are you just putting the money in knowing you're gonna lose, or like a scratch off ticket, for example, or a lottery ticket? You're not expecting to win, right? You're just like, oh, it's a chance, but I'm willing to lose this, and I'm losing it for the chance of winning. Versus in stocks, people think it's like, oh, I'm gonna put the money in, I'm guaranteed to win, and they don't accept the risk as a loss. They expect to win, and then they lose. Versus in gambling and in different like lottery and casinos, you are expected to lose. So when you win, you're super happy and euphoric. But when you lose, you don't really care. It's $5 in a slot machine. It's whatever. Just another day in the casino. Buying puts, it depends. You have to do more research than that. You can't just take a small piece of the market and apply a strategy to it. Um, you have to, if you're doing a strategy like that, you have to take in different market conditions into consideration. And I actually talked with Bill about that earlier. I'm a scalper, and a lot of times the reason I'm a scalper is because NASDAQ will be choppy. It's not going to be super clean like it's been last few days, right? So I'm like, kind of like, do I want to switch now and try to milk the cow and try to ride the waves? Or do I just stick to scalping? But at the same time, scalping is difficult now because it's super volatile to the point where if you don't nail the entry, you're guaranteed you're going to lose. And the range is so hard, so high that you're not going to withstand, a couple of losses. There's just no room to give it. Versus if I'm scalping a normal market, I'm giving it $200 of loss, which is typically enough room for it to wiggle around and then pull back to my target. Let me see if I could find the evaluation here. Doesn't show yet. Didn't update yet. Okay. After GME, I tried not to FOMO. That was a hell of a lesson. Yeah, FOMOing is not going to be a sustainable strategy for the next few years. you know, it's an opportunity. So it's an opportunity to get in, but you got to get in early. And again, GME was the biggest opportunity of 2021. And I think it's going to be the biggest one that we're going to see for the longest time. But you had to be in it. You had to be in it early. If you're chasing, then it's too late. So that's the hardest part. NASDAQ is holding up here and really nice. Will the AMC hype fall off? I think AMC hype has already been kind of gone. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been checking like social media and stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of like younger investors in the markets that are still kind of talking about it, but eventually it definitely die off, right? Because eventually, if you guys want AMC to do, I mean, yeah, if you guys really want it to do what you want it to do, that means a squeeze. A squeeze is not going to be a sustainable move. So if you see a squeeze, you sell it and you get out. Um, if you just keep holding it, then you're going to be investing, and investing in a company like that is not really, you know, a good idea at this moment until they come up with a better solution for more revenue. No, there's something going on there right now. There's something going on, Grant. I think there's either covering of the positions or something, because that was a pretty big move. Still a long way to go for a squeeze, but um, it's getting closer now. It's definitely getting closer. Bill, that's the biggest difficulty with combines. It's hard to scale with micros because you're only allowed 6 contracts and you're paying full commission for it. Did you see my comment? No, I did not see your comment. Oh, hey Alpine. Got an AMC yesterday when I started to notice a spike from 590 to 6 at 8:30 a.m. Thoughts on AMC? AMC was definitely in play last 2 days, right? Ever since that news came out. Um, but you got in at 590. I mean, it's already at 8. That's $2 per share profit. Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That you're in a good position, but make sure you do take profit at some point. Just have a plan. That's all I tell people is like have a plan ahead of time and try to execute it. It's not always easy. Trust me, I know it's not always easy because I do it over and over again where I say one thing and then 5 minutes later I do another thing. But if you stick to it, and you have a plan, it's a little bit easier. When you have a longer term play, it's easier to stick to a plan. It's less emotional versus if it's something very volatile and very quick, like day trading, then, emotions get really, really involved. Bill, typically commissions for a micro contract on any broker would be around 50 to 70 cents, I believe, per contract. Not 250. Right? So if you take 6 contracts, you're paying 12, $15 one way. So you're paying $15 one way instead of paying $2 one way, and you only have half a size on it, you know? That's where Top Step Trader is good. Top Step Trader is good with that. Top Step counts it as micros. So versus these combines that use NinjaTrader and Rhythmic and all that stuff, they seem to be working the same way, and they don't get the concept of different contract sizes. So like you can't take, like I'm pretty sure on Top Step, if you have 6 contracts, you could take 60 micro contracts. And on this one you can't. Yeah, because it's, they say in a live account, then that will be, in the live account, you'll be able to do whatever you want, and it's going to be accurate. But in the combine, I guess they don't really think people are going to be trading the micros. I don't know. It's just a setup for failure, right? All these companies make money off people failing. That's the truth. Because they know 99% of traders are going to lose money. That's the business model, right? Because actually, Bill, the other combine, the other one from today that I mentioned to you, you don't even go live on the account. They say on their website, you're trading a simulator the whole time and they'll pay you out. And they also might take trades with you or against you. I don't know what that means and how they know which one is going to be a winner and loser, but I guess if I'm making a lot of money with them, they'll go with me and then that's for the real account, Frank. That's for a real account, not for the combine. At least with one up trader. Yeah, I don't know what they do. They're probably just like an insurance company. So that there was a company out there called TradeNet that did it for stocks. They got banned from the US. They use CFDs. They got away by selling an education course. So they will give you a funded account. That's how they got by the SEC. But I think they got pretty much, told that they got to stop it. But basically, it was also paper trading basically. So how that works is they know that 99.9% of traders are going to lose money. Same thing with these accounts, right? But these accounts, it's a lot of newer traders that are trying it. It's not experienced traders. Um, so I guess what their model is, it's like an insurance business, you know? If you have, let's say, 1,000 cars that people are paying for, monthly, and then one car crashes, you got to pay out a lot of money for that one crash for that car that's totaled, but it's still nothing compared to all the cars that are paying you every single month, and the chances of an accident over the grand scheme of things is very low. Same thing here. They're probably betting that someone making money long term is probably very, very unlikely. And my goal with these combines, if I ever make them into something legit, it will be make 8,000 because the first 8,000 is completely yours, and then close them out. Just close the combine, take all the money out, because you can't take all the money out unless you close the account. So that's another thing that they do. At least with one up trader, you can't. The other one, I don't know. I gotta take a look, but um, basically you can't take out the first amount that you can't lose. So let's say if your trailing drawdown is 2,500, you cannot take out the first 2,500 you make in their live account. It's like a protection until you close the account. So I would think if I made 8 grand and I'll close the account, I'll take the 8 grand, I'll fund, let's say 3 grand with the real account or 4 grand with the real account, and then put 4 grand into my bank account. And then the risk is still the same, right? Because it's still the money you made from this account. So just keep it separate and it's still the same risk. Just don't. The hardest thing is like you got to pretend that money's not yours yet, right? So you have 8 grand, but pretend you didn't make anything. Or just pay yourself 1 grand and then keep 7 for just trading, right? You don't have to fund it all at once. So if you have an accident like I did today, you don't lose all. That's why I keep my account small, by the way, with futures. That's why I have 3 brokers. I use 2 of them, and my accounts are small because if I have a bad day and I don't stop out, at least I'm losing only like a week or 2 weeks of work at worst case, which I try not to do. Like TraderVate also has a max loss, so you could just set up a max loss per day that you want to just get cut, and they won't let you take any more trades. I don't like that concept though. This is why forex brokers. That's what forex brokers do. Well, it's not a Bill. This is just the combine. It's not brokers, right? The brokers are not doing this. It's just these combines, the business model. Yeah, I just don't get how that works. Because if I make money and they take counter trend, that means they lose money. And if I'm losing money, and then now they would only take the trades for, I don't know. It's a complicated, that I don't get. I bet you if someone was making 200 grand a month, they would not pay you out. Okay, Bill. Sorry. Nah, all right, Bill. You don't have to worry about it unless you want to. I mean, there's not much to analyze, but yeah, sure. Uh, so on the large time frame, I mean, still doing nothing basically. It's just part of the, you know, it's not really doing anything yet, right? You just gotta look at a big picture and be honest with yourself. It's still not doing anything. It is at a resistance level here from the pre-run up, which was exactly here at see this peak here. This peak is matching with the price right now. But what I would see as a potential squeeze is it has to get over these wicks here. So if we could get over, well, first we got to get over like this area 966. If we could get over that and hold. Right, we go over and then we hold above this area. Then we have some kind of potential to kind of just fuss around, trap shorts, and squeeze. And then we could probably retest the highs here. But that's just speculation right now. I'm not gonna be taking part of it unless it does squeeze, and all I'm gonna do is day trade it, and I'll take 500 shares or something. Um, Depends how volatile it is, and try to make a grand or two on it. But probably just a grand would be fine. That's my loss. So if I can make it back, I'll be happy. But we'll see if it does that. We'll see if it does that. From fundamental analysis, I don't know much about it. I haven't looked into it. I don't really have any much interest in it because there's so much other opportunity out there. Um, I've been focused on NASDAQ, so because if you play the casino and you play the right, like let's say you're playing with AMC, you buy the NASDAQ at the lows, you sell at the highs, probably just as good of a chance as buying this at low and selling at highs, probably just as good of a chance as AMC squeezing. But if you did that, that would be a $10,000 trade with the $1,000 position, or not even. So on TraderVate, I didn't even notice they lowered the margins. It's back to 550 now. So with $550 on TraderVate, you can make 10 grand in this one day. So it's like the opportunity in the market's there all the time. It's just trying to capture it. It's not easy. What up, Marcus? Yeah, it's like I said, it's pretty impressive what AMC did yesterday and today. So, it's getting more interesting now for sure. So we just got to keep an eye on it, and if it continues, then I'll definitely cover it a little bit more. And I'm sure there's gonna be some haters that come in and tell me, "Oh, I told you so," which I don't really care about. But I still sold at much higher price than it's now, right? And I made my money back. So nice, Evan. Yeah, just today is good. Yeah, NQ's balancing out. It's green on the day. Well, it's flat now, but it turned green from the crazy disaster of a day. So So I think tomorrow's gonna be interesting. I did scalp it for a bigger scalp for 175 bucks. So that's the new combine, and hopefully we could just stick to it. And we have to. I have till March 18th to pass the combine without paying an extra fee. So how many days is that? So today's day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I have 17 days to pass the combine without getting charged another $150. So that's not bad. Um, if I could do that. Wow. Nice job, Evan. That's a very solid day trade. Um, am I late? Yeah, I mean, I'm not staying on long. I've been on for like half hour now. Um, just waiting for dinner, and there's 42 people watching on an afternoon. That's or evening. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys hit that like. I don't know. I did not get in on AMC. Are you talking about? You talking to me, Kickboxer, or Marcus or Evan? If you're talking to me, I didn't get on it. But I'm exhausted. I barely slept last night. I went to sleep at like 2. I went to sleep at 2 and I woke up at like 6 and I got up right away because I checked my charts. I checked my charts and I saw that freaking NASDAQ was tanking. So oh my god. Come on now. So I went to sleep at like this area. So I missed this whole thing and I woke up like right here when it was up top. Um it was still forming this flag, so I got in somewhere here and I started trading it pretty early. Couple scalps, and then I held it, and then I sadly covered right in here, and I missed this whole entire move, and I was just super pissed, and I gave it all back and then some by reshorting it on this candle. If you fall asleep in 2 minutes, yeah, I wish I could do that. I drink too many of these. This is third of the day, so changing it up to a peach flavor. Yeah, my sleep schedule has been rough since actually my sleep schedule has been better. It's been less sleeping than before streaming. So before streaming, I would go to sleep super late. I would go to sleep like 2, 3 a.m. And what I would do is I would just like wake up at like 9, get ready for trading, try to trade for the first hour, maybe 2 hours, try to go take a nap at like 12. And then the nap turned into like 3, 4 hours sometimes. And like once you take one nap in the afternoon, I mean, your body just wants to take naps all the time. It's just crazy how it works. But then streaming, when we did like 20-hour streams, that kind of helped me. That helped me kind of get through the breakthrough of staying up late. I pulled up a couple all-nighters and this guy is trying to argue with me about something. Uh, yeah, this guy was trying to argue with me, of course. Why does everyone want to argue about AMC? Like this guy legit said like if how are you supposed to make money if you're gonna sell your position? Like if you're so convinced that it's gonna go up when you bought it, why are you selling it? I'm like, okay then. I guess stop losses and risk management are not part of the game. And then he follows with saying, this is why 90% of traders fail because they can't hold their position and they panic out of the position. I'm like, no, it's actually the opposite. They stay in the position and they don't cut their losses. That's why traders. Am I in live chat? No, I'm in top chat. Let me change it to live chat. Live chat's always faster. Michael, long-term stocks or short-term stocks? Off work in 5 minutes, then I could pay attention. Then I'll be getting off and I'll go eat dinner. I'm gonna get some sleep tonight. Everyone is holding AMC. No one is selling besides shorts. No one knows that. No one knows that. Um, I sold. Many people sold. So, in my opinion, a lot of people sold. There's a reason why I had such a sell-off. First and foremost, people took profit. All right, people took profit because this thing squeezed. Let's not forget that this thing squeezed. It went from $1.91 all the way to $20 and $25.80. That's what people, people just keep forgetting that it actually did have a squeeze. I feel like. Oh. It's like a rocket ship, you know. It already had a pretty big boost, and in my opinion, this is people selling and shorts taking advantage since this is the typical pattern of a stock, right? Especially after all the restrictions. It did not squeeze. It's a typical pattern for shorts to short and for longs to get out since it's time to take profit, since it's not working out and it's going to be a backholders chart. It's just very simple chart analogy. Go back 5 years, go look at every single pump and dump and every single hype stock, and same exact thing happens. Now, whether AMC is a good company or not, that's a different ball game. Right? That's a different ball game. That's not why people bought AMC because it's a high interest rate for shorts, or not high interest rate, high short flow interest. So that's the only reason people bought that. And of course, they saw it on the forum, so they thought it was a good stock and they bought it. They had no idea what the hell short flow interest even means. So a lot of people that are against hedge funds are now brainwashed into thinking that they're the bad people So it's just difficult to kind of explain to them that it's part of the game and it's been like that for a long time. Wall Street's always been a dirty game though, right? From the beginning. So if you don't like dirty games, you can't get involved. Otherwise, you're always gonna feel like the market is rigged against you. So, or because they've seen what GME did. That's exactly why people jumped in on AMC, because they saw what GME did. They thought it was gonna do the same thing, which had no correlation to even possibly do what GME did. GME was the real short squeeze stock. DFV probably didn't even buy AMC for a reason, and AMC was just a sympathy play. So every time like Tilray was moving, right? So then we had SNDL, we had the whole wheat sector moving. So it's the same concept. All the energy stocks are moving, right? All the EV stuff is moving. So like it's just sectors that move, like tech sectors and these small sectors, and all these companies are just basically bankrupt. They don't make money for the most part. They just want to raise money. So what they do is they do offerings. You see, like charts like this look all the time. How many people were talking about SOS in this stream? So I can't imagine how many people were talking about it overall in the different streams. But this thing went from as low as $1.30 to $15. I mean, how much more money do we want to make? Do we want to just be millionaires of one stock? Like it's not gonna work that way, right? It's just not. It's not possible for it to be like that. It's not Bitcoin. It's not going to go to 20,000. And if it does, then I'll be proven wrong, and it is what it is. But until that happens, I'm just going based on past history. I'm not going based on what's possible, because anything's possible, but that's at the same time, might as well just, gamble. Yep. You can't beat them. Hedge funds will have more money than you. So if hedge funds are long, you go long. If they're short, you go short. Also, go against the herd. Okay, that's the number one thing that you're gonna hear once you get more experience. Go against the herd. If everyone on Twitter is saying bullish, 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 it's time to short. And why is that? I have no idea. But go against the herd. Do not be a sheep. If you're a sheep, you're just a follower, and you're gonna end up being slaughtered, right? You go to the slaughterhouse, just like all the pigs. Um, and it's just how the market works. It's market psychology. So again, if it was that easy, everyone would do it. Everyone would not have a job. Everyone would be driving Lambos. Lamborghini would be the next Tesla, because everyone would be buying Lamborghinis, right? So I don't even know if Lamborghini trades on the stock exchange, to be honest. But I'm just saying, buy the hype, sell the news. How many examples do we have of that? We have CCIV, one of them. CCIV, SOS was another one. There was another stock that someone mentioned. Like SOS sold off big as well. I think that's the one I'm thinking about. They had an offering. That's why I never. Yeah, I was looking at different stock earlier, say, and I said that's why I never play based on news, speculation, or anything like that. But at the same time, I don't play long term, but I want to. Like Apple today was amazing. I mean, oh, just put like 20 grand in Apple, like right here. That would turn into 40 grand in 2 years. Better than putting in the bank account. But wow. We'll see if this is the last day, I mean, I think this is going to reverse. I think it's going back up. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about the market? But I think the market is going to go back up now. Wait, why is this candle? Oh, it's a 4 hour. I was gonna say. Yeah, look at the support here. I mean, my goodness, that's as clean as it gets, and I'm an idiot for doing what I did. Oh yeah, there was Powell was speaking today. I forgot about that. And same thing on Wednesday. Was it Tuesday or Monday? I don't know. Tuesday, right? Days go by so fast when you're trading, and weeks go by so fast, and it's just like this not this has not been my best month. Hopefully I could pass these combines and grow my month. Oh really? Like with futures, you have to pay attention to like all the economic news and stuff, but I just trade the chart. The chart looked like it was about to crash, so I feel like when that was supposed to be at 10 p.m. I mean 10 a.m. So that was supposed to be at 10 a.m. Powell speaking, so I'm pretty sure NASDAQ recovered at that point. Yeah, that's when the rebound started. So you sure that's why the market tanked? Oh, okay. Okay, got you. Got you, Houston. What happened, Bill? Matt? I don't see a Matt in here. How come I don't see that? Oh. Oh, we found the guy shorting AMC. I wish. I wish I shorted AMC. But see how like people are so sensitive when they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to the markets? Yeah, I saw it. Like I'm just giving you my opinion. People ask for it, so I'm giving it to you. It has nothing to do with being anti AMC. I'm just looking at a chart, just like any other stock. I have no connection to AMC whatsoever emotionally. Actually owes me money, so it's either gonna be by if it squeezes, I'm gonna make my money back. If not, every single time I go to the movies, I am gonna sneak in at least $1,000 worth of snacks over the next couple of years, and I'll make sure I don't spend a single dollar at the AMC theater, except for the movie ticket. Yeah, you need some dislikes. What ifs? If he's happy with his portfolio, then let him be. I have nothing against Matt. If he wants to do it, then let him be. But I don't want to hear that he has 50 shares of it or 100 shares. Because if he does, then that's easy to hold. Even though if you bought it at like $17 and you have 100 shares, then. But at the same time, you're not going to get rich from that. So can I look at Dogecoin? Is it worth looking at it? Because I don't have it on these charts. I have to pull up TraderVate. I mean, I have to pull up a different platform for that. So is it worth it? Is it going up or is it just pile of crap? LESL, yeah. Yeah, if you have any charts you want me to look at, I can. So, Danny, I don't know if you are familiar with me or if you're new to the channel. I trade mostly on a daily basis. So something like this is not something I would be able to trade because just based on the chart, I could tell this doesn't do much volume. It's very choppy. But if you're holding a long term, like these things don't really matter that much. But I'll look at a daily chart and I see a downtrending chart, right? So it's also an IPO, it looks like. Yeah, it's an IPO. So it looks like they had decent earnings here. Then they lost on earnings the second time around. So it's not a bad chart. It doesn't have much history though. And it's kind of selling off now. So you just got to be careful to make sure that, next time they have earnings that they do well. But I don't even know what they do. I've never heard of them. Is this like what is this? I feel like it's, is it like a store, like a retail store? I have to learn how to short. Yeah, I mean, shorting is the same. Oh, it is. That's right. I think I ordered stuff from there on the website. Pretty sure I did. If they have a big website, then I definitely ordered stuff from them. Um, I have to learn how to short. Yeah, I mean, shorting stocks is pretty much the same as going long, except obviously you need a bigger account. Because most brokers will not let you go short. If you want to go short on a stock, there's only one account that I know of that you could open a broker with and be able to short stocks without having a PDT account. But like cheaper stocks, like for example, CTIB today, like you could like this is what I'm talking about. How we trade when it comes to history. Look at this history of this stock. Every time it goes up, it sells off the same day, right? And same story today. I mean, as clear as it gets. So you think day traders are going to be buying this or they're going to be short selling it? Obviously, they're going to be short selling it. And they played a couple games in the early morning and eventually the shorts won. And there's a lot of money you could be making shorting this, $5 stock. Let's say you short it on the backside, on the pop here. Let's say 430, you get in 1,000 shares, 430, 1,000 shares. It goes to $3. I mean, that's $1,300 that you can make in a couple hours. That's what day trading is all about. It's not easy, but you could scalp it, even just for 30, 40 cents at a time. If you guys want to follow an epic day trader, I could show you. Madaz is insane. If you guys want some inspiration and some FOMO in your life, FOMO is always good. You won't be able to see this probably. Let me try to save it. You won't be able to see this, so I'm just gonna post the link. But basically, he made. Or maybe I could zoom it in. He made $800,000 on Tesla today, going both short and long. See, that is $800,000. He made 500,000 going long and 237,000 going short. That is a day trader, no bias. Okay. uh, where do you apply? You have to have a lot of money, and you have to have huge balls, and you have to be able to risk $1,000,000 to make that much. I'm pretty sure he was down $1,000,000 today, to be honest. ¿Qué pasa? That's Spanish. Danny, I've been following him since I started trading 6 years ago, and the progress he's made, it's insane. He's never had $1 million day prior to 2021. I mean, $1 million year. Sorry, not a day. He's never had $1 million year prior to 2020, and all the volume now is basically insane. So he's able to just kill it. Here's a better picture of it. Wow, look at this guy. He was down 1.3 million. Well, this guy trades freaking size. You lose all your hair. Doesn't you don't need that much money. He's one of the guys on social media, right? There's a bunch of traders on social media that if you guys get into day trading, you'll follow and you'll find them. They all compete basically. You know, it's like a competition at this point. And how much money do you really need? For me, day trading is if you can make money instead of going to a job, that's that's what it's about. Can I explain what a short is and how to make money off that? Sure. Um, but I'm gonna go eat dinner really quick. It has arrived. My Uber Eats has arrived. Um, you guys want me to? I could come back in 10 minutes if you guys want. Agent Tony Banks, I could just answer your question when I come back. If not, then you could. If you guys are not down to hang out for another 20 minutes after I come back, I could just come back tomorrow. Obviously, I'll be on tomorrow, but yeah, I just want to go get it because it's gonna get cold and. Oh yeah, I'll be right back, guys. I'll be back. We'll hang out for a bit. I'll put your favorite chart up. AMC. Actually, AMC's not doing anything, so thank you. It is. Anyone still here? Let's see. Anyone is still here? Probably not. Is Agent Tony Banks here still? I could talk to him about short selling. If not, I'll be signing off, guys. I need to get some rest. I still got to do something actually before I go to bed, but I'm gonna trade on the demo account. Let's see. Let's trade on the demo account. Let's go long, or should we short? What do you guys think? Should we go long right now, or should we go short? You pick. This is a paper trading account. Maybe that's how I should trade. Maybe I should take a poll. Let's take 5 contracts and see what happens. Oh, look how fast it moves. Oh my god. Now that would be a 6 scalp. Yeah, working on your weaknesses is part of the game. I've been working on my weaknesses for a while. I've gotten way better. Still a lot of work to do. I think that's what's holding me from having more of a bigger, I guess, success. But making money in the market long term is one thing. So that's already a big success. And then second thing is my bad, some other comment. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, like yeah, making money in the market, that's already success, right? So now you just got to work on growing and being able to, I guess, adapt to different market conditions and just holding your winners a little bit longer. But again, NASDAQ is not always as clean as it is this, last few days. Of course, it's rejecting of this resistance here. So it's like anticipating a breakout, you buy it, and then it fails. So it looks like it's going to be a losing trade here. This is a demo account. Says no ouch. This is a sim account, just so you know. It doesn't count for anything. Yeah, it says it's green. It's not white. Like when I select the real one, then it's white. And it says my name on it too. Are you paper hands, Marcus? Why would you sell? Look, we're about to make money. Look. Yeah, it's consolidation. I'm glad I got my scalp at the open of the market, and that's it. I'm gonna just take my gains, and hopefully tomorrow we could make the daily goal is gonna be $220 or 200 net, and then 220 gross on the combine. But look at that, Marcus. We're making money. Look at that. See, you would have sold, you would have missed out on all this amazing profit. But see, Marcus, what big size does? Like that was a barely any move, but you saw the PNL, so that was affecting you. Versus if I just went to this, that wouldn't have affected you. Right now, like now you don't see the PNL, so you don't even know how much I'm up right now. And it's a lot. How low will Apple go? I don't know. I think it might have found its bottom. I think the market found its bottom today. Look at this solid trade, guys. Look at that, Marcus. See? If you're just joining, it's just a simulator. It's not a real account. We got 3 contracts left. We're going to ride it to the moon. I'm just teasing you. But oh my God. It's a lot of money really fast. I'm up $2,000 on this trade. Wow, futures can be amazing. If you could just nail it. Why would you sell? What if you were in the micro contract and you were up only $20 right now? You wouldn't sell. Don't look at the P&L. Like looking at the P&L is what gets me stressed. Agent, this is fake. This is not real. I made a poll. I was like asking the chat which way should I buy it before I go off stream. So a single contract of the NQ on TraderVate costs $550. I took 5 contracts, so it would be $2,500. And right now we are up 1,600. If that was real. On these 2 contracts, we're up 800 on these 2 contracts. And these 2 contracts would have costed $1,100 total. So if you have $1,100 in your account, you could take this trade. But now let me show you, Agent, let me show you how to short. So you want to see how to short? So let's say we got out, right? Let's say we closed this. So I closed that. So here it is. Whoop-de-doo. We made $1,600 and it's going to go higher. It's gonna go higher, but that's not. I sold it because I want to show you how to short. So when you want to short, it's the same thing as buying, but first you sell it. So you have the sell, market, sell, ask. So let's say I want to go short. It's gonna be a loser because it's strong. But let's say I sell it. So now I'm short. So now I'm in the short position. So now I'm making money when the price goes down. All right. So now I'm down $30. Now I'm up $5. So you could see it's a mini contract. So it's gonna move a lot. So for you guys, if it's too much, we gotta go to this, and this will show you much less. But then to get out, you would buy it. So then you just buy it back. So it works the same exact way as going long and buying, but you just short it. And when you think the price is going down, like this morning, for example, we thought the price was gonna go down here. No, that wasn't this morning. What was this morning? This morning was right here. These charts look so different than my other charts. But yeah, like this morning, like I knew this was gonna go low, right? So I covered it at this support, sadly. But if you knew that this was gonna go lower, then you would just go short, and then you make money both ways. And just don't go short here because you're gonna lose all your money, like I did. But see, now I'm up, and I'm basically break even right now on the short. Well, this is not a place to be short. So to be short, you have to kind of know patterns and what to look for, right? You don't want to just randomly be shorting. All right, these charts are getting a little annoying now. So we're up 2 points. So we're up 2.5. So we're up like $50, $60 right now, 70, 90. And let's say I want to get out. I just hit this button and I just got out, right? So I made quick like $100 on that, whatever it was. Yeah, it's a whole different game. But when it comes to stocks, there's a lot of limitations. You can't short stocks on every single broker, right? You can't short a stock on Webull, Robinhood, those kind of brokers. You can't do it. And a lot of people use options. So when they have small accounts, you have to use options to go short with puts. But there's a couple of restrictions for stocks as well. So if a stock is beat up, it's going to have SSR on it, as you probably heard with AMC. SSR just means that the stock has to be going up. So like for now, if I gave you an example, if this was a stock, not a futures market, and there was SSR, if I hit short, it wouldn't fill me. Like see how it's dropping right now? It wouldn't fill me until, see how now it went up? That's when you could get filled. So it's called an uptick. Put in 1 minute. I could actually have 30-second charts. Oh, that's pretty sick. I didn't know that. I could put like 10-second charts here. That's perfect explanation of what's happening. This is 10-second candles, guys. These candles are going to be super fast. But yeah, until this goes up, you can't short it. So like, see now you could short because it went up. So that's the only way to get filled into a short position. Futures don't have that limitation. Ooh, we would have been banking. It was a good short position after all. All right, so now we're 5 contracts deep. Let's see how much money we could lose. You need to own the stock to short it? What the hell does that even mean? Yeah, these 10-second candles would scare me. So candles are basically time frame. So yeah, this is much better looking than the other chart. All right, so let's say we want to get out. So on. Then we're banking on this account. Oh, it just jinxed it. Yeah, I just jinxed it. What a move. That's how you lose $1,000 right there. 4 contracts is big boy size though. That's like big boy size. Um yeah, this chart's not bad now. Now it's looking pretty good. It's not the cleanest chart. It's not really doing much. If you zoom out, it's not doing much. But if you want to short 100 shares of AMC, you need to have 100 shares. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Unless they mean to borrow it. Maybe borrowing it. That's probably what they mean. You have to borrow it first. Whoa, look at this loss. I'm typing away. Guess it was a good long. It would have been banking if I didn't have to show if I didn't have to show the demo of a shorting position. Yeah. Great point, Bill. You can't short and go long on the same broker in the same account. Oh man. That was a good dinner. I'm gonna sign off, guys. I'll catch you guys in the Discord for a bit. I'm not going to sleep yet, but I'll love to get up again at 6 a.m. and and get ready for the markets. Today was pretty good. I was really pretty much very awake and alert of the open. Mistakes were made, but the open was really good. Dogecoin, I guess I got to pull that up. Thank you for that donation, Marcus. Let me pull up Dogecoin really quick before I sign off. Keep in mind, I have no idea what the hell's going on with this besides Elon Musk being drunk on the weekends talking about it. Why is this chart looking? There's no volume in this right now. Is this what's happening? Hold on, let me pull up the full screen. All right, Dogecoin, the 30-minute chart. Huh. Some key levels here. We have these are the levels that you would want it to reclaim. It's on a downtrend. It is a pump and dump, right? It's all Elon Musk type of thing. It's not really a fundamentally strong coin. But yeah, so that's the start. So right now we broke under support. We want to reclaim this support. So we don't want to keep going down and reject out that support and keep going. You wanted to kind of go up, hit this resistance, and when it comes down, you want it to bounce off here and maybe do something like this. But when it gets over these resistance lines, as you can see, every time it goes up, it pulls down. You have to be ready to take profits. I mean, the best way to trade this is to buy the dip and sell the rip. I know it sounds cliche, but that's the safest way to trade this. If you're holding this long term, I have no idea what the target on this is. Right, obviously in 5 years, who knows what it's gonna be at, right? So if you're holding a long term, I don't know, we'll see. But right now, it's not looking the best since we have our favorite pattern, the mini head and shoulders, basically. But this is the trading zone. So right now it's trading underneath that zone. So you wanted to kind of get back in this, in my opinion. I think trading within this range is very important. It's healthy. It's a healthy consolidation. If it pulls back and you were like below here, then it's back to where it came from, right? So then it's like, what's the point of holding it? But it gave good opportunities at the same time that AMC and GME were running. I remember that. This was probably the day that it ran. Yep, 27th of January, 28th. And now is the time to be in this coin. Harris, yeah. AMC definitely gave a good enough range last couple of days for a day trade on it. And I think it could give more opportunities as it keeps going. If it keeps going, then it could give a lot more opportunities every single day. But it's gonna be a whipsaw, But right now, it's still it's not doing anything. People are kind of getting excited already, but that's the biggest thing is like getting excited for failure is not fun. It's better to be not expecting much, and then it happens, then it's kind of like a surprise. But if you're expecting something to happen and it doesn't happen, then it's like a bummer. So there's just so many stocks every single day that are moving. So kind of to me, it's just a waste of time. But all right, Bill. I just saw that you're leaving. I'm leaving too, guys. I had a very tough day today, mentally, right? NASDAQ was insane. Came out okay on the end. Came out okay on the end of the whole thing, but it was a wild, wild ride. So we're glad to have you, Marcus. Yeah, I'll be back on hopefully by 7 a.m. Because if I get on by like 8, then it's too chaotic to kind of go over people's charts and then try to get focused for futures. I'd rather get on earlier um and then give myself opportunity to prep for the market, but we'll see. I don't really care to trade before the open too much. Yeah. Gotta stick to rules. Gotta stick to rules for the next 15 days. All right, guys. Marcus, again, thank you so much for that donation of $10. Um, I'll see you guys in the morning. All right. Good night.